Oh, beautiful, our heroes proved.
On behalf of the National Bar Association Young Lawyer Division, we hope that you enjoyed the 95th Annual Virtual Convention and welcome you to the 32nd Annual Junius W. Williams Award Ceremony. I am Janine Lofton, and I have served at the National Bar Association's Young Lawyers Division General Counsel and this year's Junius Williams Awards Chair. And now, help me welcome our Mistress of Ceremony, Rochelle Akufo. Rochelle is the award-winning host of CGTN America's flagship business show, Global Business. The British Ghanaian journalist has interviewed a range of CEOs, world leaders, and global newsmakers over her career. She has moderated several panels for international organizations, including the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, and the United Nations. Rochelle also launched the show's first award-winning startup segment, Starting Block, and has received several accolades, including for her coverage of the 2008 U.S. elections, the struggles of entrepreneurs of color, and maternal and fetal deaths in the U.S. healthcare system. Besides her strides in journalism, she was also crowned Miss Ghana International in 2005, which she gave her an even larger platform that she used for her charitable projects such as health, education, and in business. She is a highly requested public speaker, not only just for her acumen in news, but as the founder and CEO of the transformational coaching firm, Recalculating Life. This firm helps professionals navigate career roadblocks and guides them towards a more well-balanced and fulfilling life. Rochelle is a proud alumnus of Howard University in Washington, D.C., and she's also a graduate of Brunel University in London. Please help me welcome our Mistress of Ceremony, Rochelle Akufo.
Thank you for that introduction, Janine. Well, as you heard there, my name is Rochelle Akufo, and I am honored and privileged to be your Mistress of Ceremonies for this year's event. So I'd like to start by giving you a brief rundown of what we can expect from this year's ceremony. And we're going to be starting with the invocation. That will be followed by our keynote speaker, Senator Cory Booker. Next will come the moment that we're all here for, of course, the presentation of this year's awards. Now that will be followed by a special presentation, and then we will have the chairman's awards announcements. And then to wrap up this prestigious event, we'll also have a special message from Stacey Abrams. Now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our NBA YLD 2020 Convention Director, Attorney Kendra Brown.
Dear Lord, today we thank you for allowing us the opportunity to gather in celebration of those who are serving our community. We thank you for allowing us the opportunity to live another day, to breathe another breath, and to advocate for those who need our voice. We honor the lives of those who have gone before, such as Congressman John Lewis and Reverend C.T. Vivian, who fought for others and in whose wake we now walk. We thank you for Junius Williams, founding chair of the National Bar Association's Young Lawyers Division, for his servant leadership and commitment to the community which has brought us here today, to honor those who walk among us, who are also both servant leaders and advocates. May we all continue our commitment to those for whom we speak, advocate, and fight for justice. Amen.
Thank you so much. Now we move on to another highlight in today's program, the introduction of our keynote speaker. For that, I'll turn things over to Kendra Brown.
Senator Cory Booker. He grew up in northern New Jersey and received his undergraduate and master's degree from Stanford University. At Stanford, he played varsity football, volunteered for the campus peer counseling center, and wrote for the student newspaper. He was awarded a Rhodes Scholarship and went on to study at the University of Oxford and then Yale Law School, where he graduated in 1997. He moved to Newark after law school and started a nonprofit organization to provide legal services for low-income families, helping tenants take on slumlords. He still lives in Newark's Central Ward today, where he sees firsthand many of the challenges he's working to solve in Congress, such as lack of access to affordable health care, environmental injustice, food insecurity, and our broken criminal justice system. He served as Newark mayor from 2006 until 2013. During his tenure, the city experienced economic growth on a scale not seen since the 1960s. In addition, under his leadership, overall crime declined, affordable housing and green spaces massively expanded, city services were made more efficient, and educational opportunities increased. In October of 2013, he won a special election to represent New Jersey in the United States Senate. In November 2014, he was re-elected to a full 6-year term. As New Jersey's junior senator, he has brought in an innovative and consensus-building approach to tackling some of the most difficult problems facing New Jersey and our country. He has emerged as a national leader in the effort to fix our broken criminal justice system and end mass incarceration, helping craft the most sweeping set of criminal justice reforms in a generation, the First Step Act, which became law in December 2018. He believes that the American dream isn't real for anyone unless it's within reach of everyone. He has dedicated his life to fighting for those who have been left out, left behind, or left without a voice. I present to you Senator Cory Booker.
Everyone, it's Cory Booker. It is so great to be speaking to the National Bar Association Young Lawyers Division. I cannot tell you how grateful I am for this opportunity, but I wish we were all together. If we were all together, I'm told I would be a lunch speaker. The salad would just be being served. So, as they say, let us begin. Sorry about that. I apologize. That was uncalled for. All right. Look, I got to tell you, having come up trained as a lawyer, started my career representing low-income housing residents, incredible folks who are fighting against slumlords. I know that is vital work of being lawyers for justice, because I stand on those shoulders right now, right here, as do you. We all are here because of the work of incredible activists and incredible activist lawyers. And so the question is what will we do? We cannot pay them back. We've got to pay it forward. And what I just want to tell you is this is the challenge of our moment. At a time that we're losing that generation ahead of me, the civil rights generation, where C.T. Vivian and John Lewis and many others are going to join angels. The question is what are we going to do to prove worthy of that generation's service and that generation's sacrifice? I don't need to tell you guys this. You know it. And you wouldn't be a part of this organization if you weren't committed to it. And so maybe I just want to let you know quickly about one of my motivations. Look, I started as this tenants' rights lawyer, and I remember the first tenant meeting, one of those early days where I was just trying to gather information for a complaint I was going to file against this horrible slumlord. And one of the heads of the larger tenant organization was a man named Frank Hutchins, who was my mentor in so many ways. I'll never forget that he had this gentility about him. He had this spirit of grace. He wasn't one of these charismatic, loud speakers. But in tenant meetings, you could see that he just commanded so much moral authority. Well, in the first hour of the meeting, I had everything I needed for the complaint, but the meeting went on and on and on. I was getting fidgety and it was getting late. And I remember grumbling to Frank on the way out about it. And he looked at me and he just was gentle with his heart. He said, Cory, we're here to heal these buildings, but you can't heal the buildings without healing community. And these are folks who've endured incredible hardships, have been beat down under savage circumstances, and they're going up against a very wealthy, very powerful person. The strength lies in our ability to come together and be that beloved community that manifests its true power, was his general message. And I realized that he was right, that every person that came up to that microphone, as he would indicate to me, deserved to be seen, deserved to be heard, and was an important part of the larger movement for justice. And me, with my law degree, in many ways, was not as essential to our success as those incredible people who I would eventually join, because those particular buildings I actually moved into. And Frank kept being a mentor to me, and he changed my life. He was part of the people that got me into politics to run for city council. I eventually became mayor of the city of Newark, and amazingly, Frank, every step of the way, was there, even though his health started to fail. Eventually, his eyesight went. Eventually, he was in hospice. And I remember as mayor going to see him, watching his body wither away, but his heart and spirit remaining strong. On the last day I would see him alive, the nurses, these incredible healthcare professionals, told me this would be it, and that I should say goodbye, and that unfortunately he could not talk. And I remember walking in to him and announcing myself, Frank, it's Corey. And he made me smile because they said he couldn't talk, but he forces out the words, I see you. I walked over to his bed, I sat down and told my mentor how much I loved him, what he meant to me. This wasn't a time that we were talking policy or politics. We were talking virtue and the moral strength of a giant lying in a bed, getting ready to die. And I told him how much he changed my heart and set me on a pathway beyond my expectations or of my possibilities for myself and more. But eventually I had to go. I was the mayor of the city. I had demands. And so I held him, kissed him, and said goodbye. The last thing I said to him was, I love you. And the second time he talked in that room, he forced out the words, I love you. I walked out, and he would soon die, and that would be the last time I saw him. But I will never forget his last words to me. I see you, I love you. I see you, I love you. We all must make sure that we see each other. We see each other's divinity and dignity and grace, that we honor all people, no matter where they come from in life. We see their truth, that we need each other, and that we love each other. And love is not some sentimentality. Love is service. Love is sacrifice. Love is hard. Love is being vulnerable, putting yourself out there, getting disappointed, getting defeated, but getting up and loving again, regardless of what has happened. I'm excited about all of us. We are in a moment of great history, where the destiny of our nation is in our hands. As James Baldwin wrote in The Fire Next Time, everything we must assume is in our hands. We have no right to assume otherwise. We have the power. We have to use it. I see you. I love you. Thank you.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you, Senator Booker. Your message could not be any more timely, and on behalf of the National Bar Association's Young Lawyer Division, it is a true honor that we share this moment with you, and it's true that we are all change makers in history. We too are excited about the fact that the destiny of Black lives rests in our hands, and we want to thank you again for being a part of our awards program, but also for your office's continued support of us. We appreciate the reminder that we have you in our corner and that we have the tools to do what it takes to change the future. I sincerely wish you the best, and thank you.
A big thank you to this year's keynote speaker, Senator Cory Booker. Well, now let's move things right along to the moment we've all been waiting for, the presentation of this year's awards. Now, the Junius Williams Young Lawyer Achievement Awards presentation is named in honor of Junius W. Williams, the founding chair of the National Bar Association Young Lawyers Division. Commemorating the servant leadership and commitment to a community of the awards presentation namesake, each year we recognize young attorneys for their dedication to their profession, their work in the community, and their leadership within the organization. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to introduce Junius W. Williams.
Hi, I'm Junius Williams, past president of the National Bar Association and past president of the Young Lawyers Division. It's hard to believe that the YLD is 49 years old this year. I hope to see you on the 50th anniversary at a nice luncheon in a nice hotel, wherever we convene the NBA. Many of you have asked, how do we balance between the need to have a job and the desire to be involved in progressive politics? I spelled out some of my answers in my book, which is called Unfinished Agenda: Urban Politics in the Era of Black Power. Essentially, all that I did flowed from the fact that I had my own law firm. But for those of you who are in corporations and those of you who are in firms that are not yours, you have to take on projects. I want to suggest a project right now in the little time that I have. Why don't we as the National Bar Association, spearheaded by the Young Lawyers Division, take on the project of turning the state of Florida from politically red to politically blue? How do we do that? There are over 1 million ex-felons in Florida who would be eligible to vote but for the fines that they still have to pay. What if we took it upon ourselves to raise the money from wherever, from your friends, from your associates, from the lawyers, from the doctors, from the athletes, from the artists that you know, to pay for the fines of thousands of people? It's a challenge. It's one that could be done. I suggest you try it. I'll talk more about it if you want later on. But for now, let me congratulate those of you who are getting awards. Well deserved. Well to have honors. I thank you for inviting me and including me in this momentous occasion, and I'll see you next year, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
Thank you, Attorney Williams, for that presentation and for creating this very platform. Well, now it's time for that exciting moment where we honor and recognize this year's awards recipients.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Kadale Lubin, and I'm a rising third-year law student at Emory University School of Law. I'm a member of the Black Law Students Association, and I serve as student representative for the National Bar Association's Young Lawyers Division. It's an honor to be here today to present the awards to these deserving recipients. The first award is the Toya Carmichael Leadership Award, and this year we are honoring Miss Adria Green. Ms. Green is an attorney for the United States Department of Agriculture, and she's admitted to practice law in the state of New York. Ms. Green earned her law degree from the University of Michigan Law School. She also holds a diploma in management from the University of Cape Town. Ms. Green is a hard worker, and she has been an active force in the NBA and a leader within the YLD. This past year, Ms. Green supported her region in a leadership position by organizing several humanitarian activities. She is an amazing lawyer and mentor to others. She faces challenges head-on, and she makes certain that she achieves the best results for the NBA. So congratulations to you, Ms. Adria Green.
Thank you, Young Lawyers Division, for this award. My first National Bar Association convention was in 2011 in Baltimore. It was wonderful, and I felt so welcomed and loved by the YLD. I couldn't have imagined that I'd be here today, almost a decade later, receiving an award like this. I have spent 3 years serving on the National Board of Governors, first as chair of the Government Lawyers Division, and currently as regional director for Region 11, Alabama, Florida, and Georgia. I've also served the YLD as convention chair, retreat chair, and in various committee roles. Whether this is your first convention or one of many, I encourage you to be bold and seek out leadership positions within the YLD and the NBA more generally. I would like to thank and congratulate Nick Austin on an excellent year as YLD chair. Thank you also to Janine Lofton, YLD General Counsel, Kendra Brown, YLD Convention Chair, and all of YLD for honoring me in this way. I truly appreciate this honor. Thank you very much.
Next, we have the Brandis S.G. Ash Leadership Award. And this year, we are honoring Mr. Nathan Prince. Mr. Prince is the president of the NBA affiliate, the Arizona Black Bar, and he has exhibited exceptional leadership within the organization. Mr. Prince embodies consensus building and collaboration. Under his leadership, the membership of the ABB has grown, as well as increased engagement and sponsorship. Mr. Prince led a committee that planned and executed ABB's annual fundraising banquet, raising over $15,000 for the organization. Mr. Prince connects with each member, sponsor, and ally with empathy, compassion, and genuine concern for how they were doing in the organization. This year, the membership of the ABB discussed not renewing as an NBA affiliate. However, Mr. Nathan Prince effectively advocated for ABB to remain committed to the NBA. Mr. Prince has taken the lead on mentoring law students of color in Arizona and building a pipeline of diverse attorneys within the state. Mr. Prince leaves everything a little bit better than how he found it, and he never flags a concern without envisioning a solution. Mr. Nathan Prince is a leader that everyone should want on their leadership team. So congratulations to you on receiving this award, Mr. Nathan Prince.
Thank you very much. I'm deeply honored to be selected as this year's Brandis S.G. Ash Leadership Award recipient. I'd like to start by first thanking the National Bar Association and the Young Lawyers Division Awards Committee for this honor. It's truly humbling to be recognized by your peers for your contributions. But I cannot take all of the credit for this award alone. The Arizona Black Bar is a tight-knit organization that relies on the dedication and hard work of all of our board members and active members in order to carry out our community involvement, scholarship, fundraising, and educational objectives each and every year. So thank you again to the YLD for this honor, and I look forward to sharing this award with all of my ABB members back home. Thank you.
The Humanitarian Award. The Humanitarian Award is being awarded to Julie M. Winna. Julie M. Winna, Esquire, is an Airbnb lawyer working in community operations. Prior to moving to the Bay Area, she wore many hats in the Obama administration, from leading a manufacturing program to working on building legal frameworks for energy agreements in Africa, and first having started in Mrs. Michelle Obama's office in her policy shop and as an advanced staffer. She is a proud born and raised Houstonian who loves her Nigerian roots. A lover of hip-hop, Julie believes that sharing experiences through lyrics and prose is a true collective way to heal the world. In short, only a few months on the job at Airbnb, she was responsible for the largest corporate standoff to racism. Airbnb canceled accounts linked to the white nationalist rally in Charlottesville, thanks to Julie. Julie Winna is Community Counsel and Acting Africa Regional Counsel for Airbnb, where she is responsible for providing legal support to the Africa business, managing escalated risk, driving legal support of anti-discrimination and First Amendment free speech efforts, and counseling product and community support teams as they aim to create a community where anyone can belong anywhere. Prior to Airbnb, she served as counselor and policy advisor at the White House and the U.S. Department of Commerce, where she led President Obama's manufacturing initiative and worked on creating regulatory frameworks and technical assistance supporting energy agreements in Africa. Her first role in Washington, D.C. was working in First Lady Michelle Obama's policy shop, and later culminated her experience by advancing the Liberian segment of Mrs. Obama's CNN film centered around girls' education, We Will Rise. Before her journey to the White House, she was a legal fellow at NASA, where she counseled the STS-129 flight mission experiment team. In addition, Julie is a filmmaker and hip-hop storyteller, where she leads a movement called The Album and the Mixtape, centered around hip-hop as a channel for discussion and healing. She received her BS from Lamar University, JD MPA from Texas Southern University, and an LLM from Georgetown University Law.
Thank you so much for this beautiful award and honor. To be named a Junius Williams Humanitarian Award recipient, it's an honor I do not take lightly. Junius Williams is a dedicated and brilliant community leader, educator, musician, and attorney. He was the youngest person to ever be elected president of the National Bar Association. He has committed his life to advancing the needs of our community, partnering with our brothers and sisters in Africa, and using music as a medium to heal and to storytell the experiences of Black people. This resonates with me deeply because of my love for community, especially my hometown of Houston, Texas. Whether that's in organizing a hurricane relief effort in partnership with Houston hip hop artists who are equally committed to community at South by Southwest, or planning and partnering with the strong and amazing youth from Parkland, Florida, as we organize a March for Our Lives rally protesting gun violence, to throwing a block party, all aimed at advancing the Black family unit in the resilient project housing community of CUNY Homes in 3rd Ward, Houston, Texas, and in working with human trafficked survivors who are trying to put the pieces of their lives back together as we provide them with the legal counsel they need to get them on that journey. Also, this Junius Williams Award resonates with me deeply because of my love for the continent and working with our brothers and sisters on the continent, within the private sector or within the public sector during my time in the Obama administration. And finally, as a person who thinks music is one of the key ways to heal the world through my organization, the album and the mixtape, I remain committed to using the universal language of music and its ability to transform and show how we're more alike than we are different. Receiving this award at this time, in this moment, named after this person, has given me the confirmation from God to keep doing this work. My only request to you is that you continue to keep doing your work and using your privilege as a Black attorney to advance the needs of our community and the other communities that are at the margins. And trust me, I know saying Black and privilege in the same sentence seems a bit oxymoronic. And I recognize that I myself fall into 3 protected categories under race, gender, and color. But we have privilege as Black attorneys. We have access to one of the greatest privileges ever: knowledge. Use your knowledge and your God-given talents. We need your form of protest right now. Whether that's in the streets, in the classroom, in the boardrooms, with your pen, we need your voice. Thank you to the National Bar Association's Young Lawyers Division, an organization that ages like fine wine. It just gets better and better every year. I'm incredibly honored. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Next, we have the Trailblazer Award. This year's award recipient is Ashley Upkins. Ashley was born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee, and earned her undergraduate degree from Vanderbilt University, and started after that working at a Fortune 50 company doing business acquisitions. All the while, she raised her beautiful son, Braylon, as a single mother. Continuing to follow her dreams, she decided to pursue law school and became a member of the inaugural class of Belmont University College of Law. She there founded a Balsa chapter. Upon graduation from law school, Ashley decided to spread her wings and start her own firm, Upkins Law, where she specialized in family law and contract law for several years. Most recently, she was named managing partner of the Cochran firm, Nashville, continuing the legacy of attorney Johnny Cochran and bringing access and justice to people from all walks of life. Ashley is dedicated to her profession and community. She serves as the secretary of the National Bar Association, and she is on the board of directors for Napier-Luby Bar Association. Let's congratulate attorney Ashley Upkins.
Hello, my name is Ashley Upkins. As recipient of this year's NBA YLD Trailblazer Award, I would like to sincerely thank Chair Nicholas Austin, the NBA YLD Selection Committee, the Young Lawyers Division, and the members of the National Bar Association. It is truly an honor to receive this distinction, and I do not take receipt of this award lightly. It is truly an honor to have the support of our organization. As one of the youngest elected as an officer of the National Bar Association and one of the youngest managing partners of the Cochran firm, it has been my goal to act as a representative of what younger generations have to offer the legal community and the world. It is my pleasure to serve, and I will continue to serve. May health, wealth, and justice be with you always. Thank you.
The next award is the Rhonda F. Williams Professionalism Award, and this year we are honoring Ms. Calvina Bostic. Ms. Bostic is an M&A partner in the New York office of K&L Gates, a global law firm with 40 offices and approximately 2,000 lawyers. She represents public and private operating companies, private equity firms, and financial institutions in strategic transactions across a broad range of industries, including healthcare, financial services, technology, and media. Ms. Bostic serves as pro bono counsel to the community, arts, and educational nonprofit organizations in her community. She also volunteers with the New York School Board Mentoring Program and the SEO Career Scholars Program. Ms. Bostic serves on the board of New York Foundation for the Senior Citizens. She is a National Bar Association's 40 Under 40 Award recipient. She was also named Next Generation Lawyer by the Legal 500, and she is a recipient of the Network Journal's Top 40 Under 40 Achievement Award. And she was named to the Lawyers of Color inaugural Top 100 list. So congratulations to Ms. Calvina Bostic on receiving the Rhonda F. Williams Professionalism Award.
Hi everyone. I'm so honored to receive the Rhonda F. Williams Professionalism Award. Thank you to the National Bar Association and the Young Lawyers Division for this recognition, and special thanks to Janine Lofton for the nomination. Ms. Rhonda F. Williams exhibited the highest level of commitment to the profession and to uplifting others. She's someone that we all admired, and I'm humbled to receive an award named in her honor. I started my career at K&L Gates as a summer associate and returned as an M&A attorney. I went from having only a vague understanding of what M&A meant to becoming the first female Black partner in our New York office. Throughout my career, I've received tremendous support from my law firm, and I've had numerous mentors and sponsors at the firm. But a great deal of my success is owed to organizations like the NBA that provided me with the tools I needed to succeed, a safe place to learn the ins and outs of the profession, and access to leaders in the field who will become my lifelong friends and mentors. Receiving this award is a full circle moment for me as I reflect back on all that the NBA has done for my career and the career of others. For that, I say thank you. I want to close by congratulating the other award recipients and thanking them for their contributions to the community. I'm thrilled to be in your company. Thank you.
Next, we have the Honorable Higginbotham Memorial Award. Anitra Andro is a real estate lawyer who represents clients in commercial real estate transactions involving the buying, selling, and development of mixed-use commercial and residential, market rate, and affordable projects. She has extensive experience negotiating development agreements, construction agreements, reciprocal easement agreements, and declaration of covenants, conditions, and restrictions. Her practice also involves the creation of condominium regimes and the negotiation and settlement of warranty claims filed against developers by condominium associations. Andro also regularly represents clients in the preparation and negotiation of commercial leases. She earned her JD from DePaul University College of Law and a BA cum laude from Valparaiso University. Congratulations, Anitra.
Thank you. I am deeply humbled to receive an award memorializing such a great legal giant. First, I would like to thank the NBA Young Lawyers Division for presenting me with this award. While this is truly a momentous occasion, I would be remiss for not acknowledging the persistent and ongoing struggles and inequities our community is facing, and each one of us must do our part. I am a partner at Nelson Mullins, Riley & Scarborough, an AmLaw 100 firm. As a Black woman with a commercial real estate practice, I had to get comfortable being uncomfortable. The commercial real estate industry is 99% white and 95% male. Throughout my career, I have been one of few, or oftentimes the only Black person in the real estate department at my firm. Being a Black woman in commercial real estate is not easy, but I believe it is critical for the Black community to have representation in practice areas that impact our communities on a regular basis. Real estate development has one of the most profound effects on a community. Real estate development transforms neighborhoods and redirects resources and investment. For these reasons, having representation in this industry is paramount. I'm honored to serve as a member of the board of directors of various real estate organizations, which allow me to give a voice to those who are not in the room. Additionally, I am very blessed to work on development projects that serve people who look like you and me. Many of these projects provide affordable housing and grocers to food deserts. These projects revitalize neighborhoods and forever change lives. As a member of the legal community, we all have a distinct advantage to be a catalyst for change. And we have an awesome responsibility, now more than ever, to use our skills to serve each other and truly be our brother's keeper. I will pick up the mantle left by the Honorable Higgins Botham, and I challenge you all to do the same. Thank you so very much for this award.
The NBA Affiliate of the Year. The Affiliate of the Year this year is the Washington Bar Association. The Washington Bar Association is the oldest and one of the largest affiliate chapters of the National Bar Association. Founded in 1925 and comprised of predominantly African American attorneys, judges, law students, and legal professionals. The organization's motto is equal justice under law, and its primary objectives include improving, benefiting, and protecting the well-being of the legal profession and its members, and advancing the science of jurisprudence and the administration of justice. The Washington Bar Association, again, is the honoree for this year, and accepting this award is Henry E. Floyd.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Henry Floyd, Jr., and I'm the immediate past president for the Washington Bar Association. Thank you, NBA Young Lawyers Division, for this amazing honor. Thank you, Chair Austin, for all of your support this past year, and congratulations on an extraordinary bar year yourself. The WBA accomplished a lot in the past bar year, so thank you to our WBA Board of Directors and Executive Committee, our committee chairs who put on amazing programming that catered to not only our members but our surrounding communities, our collaborators, including NBA YLD, our educational foundation led by Jason Grant and Charlotte Stanberry, who raised $20,000 to award to deserving law students. Thank you to the individuals who provided immeasurable support for our success. My Chief of Staff, Aaron Darden, Vice President, who is now President-elect Kendra Perkins-Norwood, Secretary Joshua Turner, who is now NBA Region 12 Director, my presidential advisors, Natalie Walker and Donald Thigpen Jr., and my Assistant Secretary, Aaron Ruffin. And last but not least, to our amazing WBA members. Without you, we would not have been able to accomplish all of the things we accomplished this past bar year. So again, thank you. And everyone, you have a great rest of your day.
Next, we have the Lyndon Alexander Advocate of the Year Award. The awardee recipient this year is Lee Merritt. Lee is an emerging and influential new voice in the fight of social justice. A civil rights advocate and attorney, Merritt runs a high-profile practice focusing on victims of police brutality, hate crimes, and corporate discrimination. As an advocate, he has championed police reform and community empowerment. His office led the way in reform in Texas, a state notorious for its failure to prosecute police officers, advocating for the first murder indictments of officers in the state for over 40 years. Following the devastation caused by Hurricane Harvey in summer of 2017, Merritt helped launch the American Black Cross, a disaster relief organization geared to serve the most vulnerable sectors of our society. Merritt was recognized as one of the top 10 most influential African Americans in the country by The Root. The National Black Caucus of State Legislators awarded Merritt the most prestigious Nation Builder Award. This added him to the elite list of recipients, including President Barack Obama and Shirley Chisholm, and he represents some of the most other important influencers in our attorney history. But to name right now, I would say that Lee Merritt is most known for his work with George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and Breonna Taylor. Please help me congratulate our winner for the Advocate of the Year Award, Attorney Lee Merritt.
Hello, my name is Lee Merritt. I'm a civil rights attorney and the director for the Grassroots Law Project. I am honored to receive from the National Bar Association the Leadership and Advocacy Award, named after attorney Lyndon Alexander. On April 20th of 2019, Lyndon Alexander unfortunately lost his life in a home fire days before starting his job as counsel for the United States Senate Committee. Mr. Alexander's life exhibits leadership. Everyone who was coming in contact with him expressed that he was not only an elite advocate, not only committed to helping others into his practice, but that he was humble, that he was kind, and that he was giving. I am extremely honored to receive this award in his name and continue his legacy and work of using my position as an attorney, matched with my experiences, my personal background, to the cause of justice. And I will continue to fight for people who have been wronged by our legal system or wronged by institutional racism. And I will continue to fight all over the country, including the halls of Congress, where Lyndon Alexander committed his life to fighting as well. Thank you so much.
The next award is the Young Lawyers Division of the Year. This year, we are honoring the Metropolitan Black Bar Association of New York Young Lawyers Division. And accepting this award on behalf of the MBBA is past president Paula Edgar. The Metropolitan Black Bar Association is a unified citywide association of Black and other minority lawyers. The goal of this organization is to advance equality and excellence in the pursuit of justice, aid the progress of Blacks and other minorities in the profession, address legal issues affecting the citywide community, and to foster the study of law by encouraging the personal and professional development of young law students and lawyers in the community. Founded on July 5, 1984, the Metropolitan Black Bar Association is one of the largest organizations for Black attorneys in New York State. The MBBA continues the legacy of its two predecessor organizations by providing a voice for Black legal professionals in the community it serves. So congratulations to the Metropolitan Black Bar Association on receiving this award.
On behalf of the Metropolitan Black Bar Association's Young Lawyers Division, President Anta Cisa Green, immediate past President Jason Clark, and me, Paula Edgar, past President, I'd like to thank the YLD for providing us with the opportunity to win the Affiliate of the Year for the YLD and NBA. We're very proud of the work that we have done for the organization, including thinking about voting, pipeline, law students, as well as initiatives having to do with social justice and racial justice. We're very proud of the work that our young lawyers have accomplished and will continue to accomplish as members of both the Metropolitan Black Bar Association and the NBA YLD. Thank you so much.
And now we have our Young Lawyer of the Year award. This year's recipient is Michelle Mitchell. Michelle works at the vibrant intersection of media, social good, law, and policy, amplifying diverse, underserved voices, creating possibilities, and dreaming up experiences that elevate and nourish communities of color. Michelle leads the Strategic Communities Initiative within Facebook. She is energized by her work, which is creative, analytical, data-driven, and mission-inspired, which gives people the power to build community, and she's trying to bring the world just closer together. Through January 2020, Michelle proudly served as the Associate General Counsel of Global Trade and Compliance within Facebook. Her objective is to make representation real, increasing equity and driving value creation for diverse and underserved media partners. In addition, Michelle provides strategic support in the social good and community space. She advises on scaling things and making sure that services to nonprofits are racially just, and then there is policy reform. We have our Young Lawyer of the Year. Please help me congratulate Miss Michelle Mitchell.
Greetings. My name is Michelle Mitchell, and I'm honored to have been selected by the National Bar Association Young Lawyers Division for the prestigious Junius W. Williams Award, Young Lawyer of the Year. Growing up in Washington, D.C. in the shadow of the U.S. Capitol, Supreme Court, and the White House, law and policy to me was accessible. I saw myself becoming an advocate and trying to make an impact in the lives of others, to be, in Charles Hamilton Houston's words, a social engineer, and to focus on the problems facing our communities. My professional journey took me through many twists and turns to get to this moment. I spent many years working in the private practice of law, more recently at Aiken Gump, and spent the past 4 years within Facebook Inc.'s legal department as the Associate General Counsel for Global Trade Compliance. Over the past decade, I've worked across the Fortune 500 on critical matters in the global compliance and investigation space. And while I'm not a D&I professional, I am a diverse professional, which means that my side job is and has always been diversity and inclusion. Through my time practicing law, I've always pushed to the limits and yearned to color outside of the lines for the benefit of the culture. I now work at the intersection of law and policy, media, and social good, amplifying diverse, underrepresented voices, increasing equity, and creating possibilities through partnerships that elevate and nourish communities of color. Thank you again to the National Bar Association and the Selection Committee for the Young Lawyer of the Year Award. God bless.
Well, as you heard, there's some exceptional talent being honored this year. Please join me in giving this year's awards class a very big congratulations. All right, now it's time to move on to a special presentation. For that, I'll hand things over to Vice Chair Chloe Woods.
Greetings to our esteemed honorees, guests, and friends of YLD. My name is Chloe Woods, and I serve as the Vice Chair and Chief Operating Officer of the National Bar Association Young Lawyers Division. Under Chair Austin's leadership, YLD has continuously risen to the occasion, delivering professional development, facilitating a coat drive for DC youth, marching for our rights, providing employment and life advice during a pandemic, showing you the path to in-house counsel, AUSA, and leadership in the Bar Association. Finally, we reminded you to find time to tend to your health and wellness as busy young lawyers. We built bridges with our sister diverse bar associations and had candid conversations or virtual happy hours with one another about our experiences in the practice of law. Please join me in thanking Chair Austin and each and every one of you for your leadership. We couldn't have made this year the success it was without your involvement. Congratulations to the 32nd Junius Williams Award honorees.
Wow, Chloe, I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. And honestly, I couldn't have done this bar year without you. You were amazing. Thank you so much for lending of yourself and your talents so fully to the mission and agenda of the National Bar Association Young Lawyers Division. You were truly stellar. And speaking of stellar, I want to thank all of the Junius Williams Awards winners tonight. You all are phenomenal. The way you gave of yourselves to your community, the way you gave of your legal talent so freely, and the way that you helped make the world a better place inspired me so much. I'm really proud and couldn't be happier for you, your families, your friends, and your community that we're getting the chance to celebrate your accomplishments tonight. I also want to thank our Chairman's Awards winners as well, because you gave of yourself. You gave of your time and you gave of your accomplishments to the National Bar Association and our board in particular. And I couldn't be happier and I couldn't be more thankful for what you gave this year. But I want to talk to you a little bit about our bar year. We build bridges this year. That was our bar year theme. And in furtherance of that theme, we wanted to have a strong and robust CLE program. Of all the CLEs that we did, I'm so thankful for the efforts that we did around women's pay equity. Because no woman should ever have to look at her paycheck and wondering if she's making what she deserves or as much as the man next to her. Thanks to the trainings that we had, we were able to show women and women lawyers what it takes to make sure that you're properly advocating for the right pay that you need and to make sure that you're fighting for yourselves always. So I want to thank everybody who was involved in those efforts. Professional development was so important to our bar year as well, especially in this COVID era. We wanted to make sure that our young lawyers had the tools that they need to make sure that they're properly networking, to make sure they're developing their job hunting skills, and to make sure they're always pouring back into themselves to be the attorneys that they can be and achieve their dreams. But it isn't just all about us practicing attorneys. We also have to reach back and make sure that we're bringing up the young law students behind us. And in furtherance of those goals this year, we did a lot of work with NABALSA, and I'm most proud of the work that we did at Harvard Law School at the Northeast Region NABALSA program. There, we were able to mentor young attorneys, have judges and practitioners speak to young attorneys, and even moving away from the conference, we matched young attorneys up with members of the NBA YLD, and we encouraged them to have regular meetups. We encouraged them to pick up the phone and talk with each other. And because of those efforts, the American Bar Association recognized us as the winner of the Embracing Diversity Championship. And they invested money in our organization to make sure that we can continue that pipeline program and continue to help law students matriculate from law school into the practice of law. And I couldn't be prouder of the board for being so engaged and so willing to jump in and be a part of those efforts. I'm also proud of the work that we did in Jamaica for our International Leadership Conference. In beautiful, sunny Montego Bay, we were able to do so many wonderful things. Again, more CLEs to help our young lawyers. But in addition to the CLEs, again, it's the community service element that really tugs at all of our heartstrings. I'm so thankful for all of the attorneys that not only came to Jamaica, but came to Jamaica ready to roll up their sleeves and work and serve and help make our world a better place. Many attorneys read to students at Howard Cook Primary School. Many attorneys also took time to mentor students at Howard Cook Primary School. Attorneys took time to stage a debate competition for the older students at the school. And this was such a wonderful thing. And because of your efforts, we were able to donate $1,000 to the school and an additional $1,500 worth of supplies and books and audio equipment to the school as well. It was amazing to see the way that you all came together. Even in sunny Jamaica, it wasn't just the beach and the CLEs, it was the fact that you gave of yourself and you gave back to others and you built bridges and made the world a better place. And I couldn't be thankful for all of the people involved in making our Jamaica effort a success this year. But I want to talk about something serious. I want to talk about something affecting our nation. If you've turned on the TV this year, I don't need to tell you what's going on in our country. I don't need to tell you that Black Lives Matter. I don't need to tell you that we're under persecution from the police. I don't need to tell you the problems ailing our society. But I'm so proud of you watching this, you young lawyer, you doctor, you professional, you black man, you black woman, because you stood up this year. You said enough is enough this year. You said that black men and black women and young black boys and young black girls will no longer be persecuted by police brutality in this country. You stood up, you held your head high, and you helped fight to make this world a better place. And I couldn't be more thankful to all of the young lawyers this year that marched with us in DC for the March for Justice. We started at the NBA headquarters, and this march was organized by the National Bar Association Young Lawyers Division in conjunction with the NBA, GWAC, and so many other partners. And starting at the headquarters, we marched through the streets, stopping for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. The 8 minutes and 46 seconds that police officer held his knee to George Floyd's neck. And we remembered what the struggle was. We remembered why we're here and why we fight for justice. We remembered that we have a calling and that we must end up and answer to those among us that are impoverished, those among us that can't stand up and answer for themselves. And then we marched to the White House and we made our voices heard. And we let them know that black lawyers are here to help fight for civil rights, that black lawyers are here and in solidarity with all of our brethren to lead the charge and show the way and make this country a better place. And I couldn't be more proud of you for all of the work that you did to make that happen. And we must continue to fight. And I know that as I pass this on to our incoming chair, Onika Williams, the NBA YLD will continue to fight. The NBA YLD will continue to be on the front lines, and our work and our struggles are not done. And so I want to thank everyone for making this an incredible bar year. We couldn't have done it without your support, your generosity, and your warm and welcome efforts. So I am excited to present to you tonight, Stacey Abrams.
I am delighted to bring greetings to the annual Junius Williams Young Lawyer Achievement Awards Luncheon. I know this is not the gathering we anticipated, but your achievements are worthy of celebration regardless of venue. And it is with the greatest gratitude that I accept the Chairman's Medal of Honor Award from the National Bar Association's Young Lawyers Division. Thank you to Nick Austin, Chair of the Young Lawyers Division, and the exceptional members of this group for this extraordinary recognition. Congratulations to each of you for your continuing legacy of building bridges, engaging the community, registering voters, and tackling social injustice. While I am honored by this recognition, I am duty-bound to remind you of your own capacity to bring about a better society. From my time at Spelman College, then as a Yale Law student, I've been driven by an obligation to do good. Like you, I hold close the lessons I've learned, never letting anyone determine my capacity to create change and never editing my ambition for what is possible. As young lawyers, the strength you bring to our communities is transformative. There has never been a more urgent need for the talent and intellect your sharp minds can offer in the fight for a more just nation. The challenges we face in this present age include the scourge of voter suppression perpetuated by malfeasant and incompetent election officials, and the undermining of the 2020 census, particularly for people of color. I call upon you to leverage your law degrees to serve the cause of justice and change the course of history. We face a reckoning in our legal system as a new generation emerges, and your service will help us all live up to the ideals our nation has yet to fully meet. To ensure equal justice for all, we must have lawyers from all walks of life, ready to carry the torch of justice as we face the reality of systemic inequities and structural, persistent racism. Today, I call on you to join the fight for free and fair elections, because the most essential building block in constructing a just society is your vote. I launched Fair Fight Action to combat voter suppression in all forms, and I launched Fair Count to ensure that we have an accurate census. Together, we must leverage every tool to defeat those who attempt to silence our voices. We would welcome this team of young lawyers to utilize your knowledge, your networks, and your belief in opportunity to join us in our efforts. Thank you again for the honor of this award, and thank you in advance for the work you will all do to ensure our nation achieves this necessary moment, one where we have equal justice under the law for all.
Oh, beautiful, our heroes proved in liberating strife. Who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life.
I've been in the valley and I've been about
want to take a second to thank our board. All of the wonderful programming that you saw this year wouldn't have been possible without the help of our board. They work so tirelessly all year long, and I've got to thank them. I want to thank Onika Williams. I want to thank Chloe Woods. I want to thank John Waller, Amani Jackson, Whitney Pryor, Patricia Doncourt, Deanna Lewis, Janine Lofton, Vanessa Destamy, Autumn Arnett, Aisha Nass, Danielle Pinkston, Erica Fang, Shabundu Nake, Adama Wilshire, Toya Carmichael, Robert Baldwin, Yves Zamar, Carla Jordan Dedamore, Ashley Upkins, Alicia Awkward, Jennifer Franklin, Amber Jackson, Shantia Coley, Kendra Brown, Eric Tyrone, Brandon Vaughn, Hamida Labi, Zamani Williams, Abray Connor, Torin Collins, Chloe Coleman, and last but not least, John Brooks. Thank you. I appreciate all of what you did this year. We made a difference. We build bridges.
Hi, I'm Deborah St. Lawrence Thompson, and on behalf of everyone at the Nelson Mullins Law Firm, I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the Young Lawyers Division of the National Bar Association for allowing us to be sponsors of this wonderful event. We would like to extend a heartfelt congratulations to our colleague Anitra Andrew on being the recipient of the 2020 Honorable A. Leon Higginbotham Memorial Award. On a personal note, I've known Anitra for many years, and I'm so thrilled to see her selected and recognized for this award.
Hello, my name is Charles Moore, and I'm at White & Case LLP in Washington, D.C. It is my pleasure to join you for the 32nd Annual Junius W. Williams Award Ceremony. Our profound thanks to the YLD Chair, Nick Austin, to the Awards Director, Janine Lofton, and the Convention Director, Kendra Brown, for their tireless efforts on behalf of the National Bar Association's YLD, as well as helping to make this award possible. A bit about White & Case. We have 44 offices in 30 countries, and in our network, diversity is an everyday, living, breathing thing. We could not represent our clients effectively if we could not talk with one another, walk with one another, and work together. So diversity isn't just a buzzword here, it is part of our everyday life and experience. Now a little bit about the White & Case LLP Circle of Excellence Award. The Circle of Excellence Award honors someone who not only uses his or her legal gifts and talents to help the community, but who is also generally dedicated to making the world a fairer and more just place for everyone. Our inaugural White & Case LLP Circle of Excellence Award goes to Elise Washington. Elise is a lawyer in Birmingham, Alabama. Elise spends countless hours on pro bono matters supporting her local Birmingham community. But in addition to that, she is a tireless advocate for the NBA YLD. She lends her Zoom account to the YLD for its Zoom calls, and she's helped to plan conferences. Congratulations, Elise. We salute you. Thank you for all of your hard work, and please continue to do what you do to help make this world better for everyone. Finally, the global pandemic has prevented us from all being together in person where we could give an award away. But we look forward to being with you all soon, and we absolutely look forward even more to our partnership with the NBA YLD. Thank you very much, and everyone please stay safe and well.
Greetings. I'm Elise Washington, and I am honored to be the inaugural recipient of the White & Case LLP Circle of Excellence Award. I serve on the executive board of the Alabama Lawyers Association, an NBA affiliate. I also serve with a number of other service organizations, including the YWCA Junior Board of Birmingham, the Young Professional Board of the American Heart Association in Birmingham, and Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Omicron Omega Chapter in Birmingham, Alabama. I helped raise over $50,000 for Alabama law students as the scholarship banquet chair for the Magic City Bar Association. I also volunteered with Hope in a Box, in which I taught high schoolers about entrepreneurship and the importance of financial responsibility. My firm sponsored a number of events and giveaways for the YLD, including for its International Leadership Conference in Montego Bay, Jamaica, a virtual happy hour series which is broadcast via Facebook Live, and Zoom programming for a host of CLEs in the 2019-2020 annual division meeting. I would like to thank Charles Moore of White & Case LLP, Convention Director Kendra Brown, the Junius W. Williams Awards Program Director, and NBA YLD Chair Nicholas Austin for this much appreciated recognition.
Hello, young lawyers. I'm Keith Thornton, Deputy General Counsel for Employment at Truist, the sixth largest financial institution in the United States, and I am truly honored to have a chance to meet with you this evening. Truist stands for better experiences, better technology, better relationships. But one of the things I love most about our company is our very real commitment to advancing diversity and inclusion in and outside our walls. At Truist, we want to recruit and retain the very best diverse talent, find meaningful ways to make an impact in our communities, and partner with organizations that are just as dedicated to equity as we are. We are proud to be a sponsor of the National Bar Association Young Lawyers Division Awards because we know how important sponsorship and mentorship is for rising leaders. You give us hope for the future, and we rely on your talents, your perspectives, as well as your expertise to continue building bridges that are desperately needed today. On behalf of all of Truist, we want to congratulate our very own Whitney Pryor for receiving the Chairman's Medal of Honor, and we also want to congratulate all of you and other award recipients. Keep fighting the good fight. Keep lifting up your voices. You are truly making a difference. And please know that Truist stands behind you all the way. My best to all of you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Captain Marcus Williams with the Air Force JAG Corps and a 2020 NBA 40 Under 40 award recipient. On behalf of the Air Force JAG Corps, we would like to sincerely thank the Young Lawyers Division for recognizing us as a sponsor and for providing us with this opportunity. We'd also like to congratulate the awardees recognized here today. When I decided to apply to the Air Force JAG Corps, race was front and center for me. I grew up in Flint, Michigan, a predominantly black community that was once referred to by its citizens as the murder capital of the world because of its gang violence, and where the populace avoided anyone donning a uniform simply because they were a threat. I wanted to show my community that everyone wearing a uniform wasn't an enemy, that a black man could be an Air Force officer and attorney. I wanted to show the next generation that the struggles and hardships of so many men and women that came before me were not in vain. That minority men and women could dedicate themselves to the service of this nation, enforce its laws, and preserve the values of this country while not compromising their race, identity, or background. Through my Air Force journey, I realized that the highest language of love is service, and there is no greater service than bringing strength to the uniform by providing candid and independent legal counsel while supporting national policy and preserving justice for the people that defend it daily. My service as a judge advocate has been personally and professionally rewarding. I do not take this commitment lightly. Now, more than ever, it's incumbent on every individual and every organization to create and foster an environment of diversity and inclusion and also make a difference in the lives of others. I carry those responsibilities proudly as a judge advocate. Like you, we are committed to making a difference in the lives of others. If any of you are interested in learning more about the Air Force JAG Corps and what we do, I urge you to look up and contact our recruiting branch as we are actively taking applications. Once again, we look forward to a continued partnership with the National Bar Association Young Lawyers Division, and congratulations to the awardees.
Hello, NBA family. This is Neil Fisher, counsel at Davis Wright & Tremaine. I hope all is well with everyone, especially during these crazy times. I wanted to say thank you for the NBA Young Lawyers Division for allowing us to assist with advancing diversity and inclusion during another year. I look forward to many more years of partnering with you to help move onward and upward. Take care, God bless, and I hope to see you all soon.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of this year's awards presentation. I'd like to give a heartfelt thank you to everyone who is watching this presentation, and of course, a big and heartfelt thank you and congratulations to the 2020 NBA YLD Junius Williams Awards recipients. And of course, I'd like to give a special thank you to everyone who put this event together, all the hard work behind the scenes. A big thank you to the woman who put all of this together, Janine N. Lofton. She's your NBA YLD General Counsel, as well as the 32nd Annual Junius Williams Awards Director. I'd also like to recognize Kendra Brown, your NBA YLD 2020 Convention Chair, and of course, Nicholas Austin, your NBA YLD 2019 to 2020 Chair. I've been Rochelle Acutho, the Global Business News Anchor at CGTN America, and founder and CEO of Recalculating Life, the transformation career coaching site. Now, if you'd like to learn more about the recipients and the NBA Young Lawyers Division, I encourage you to follow them on Facebook or to check out their page at www.nbayld.org. Thank you so much.